Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Evening all, how are we?
Yeah, great, AJ. How are you?
AJ, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Except we've let that mad IT scientist about Zippy loose on his own audio, and now we can't hear him.
I'm sure he'll figure it out.
Good evening, guys.
Hey Mark, how are you, mate?
Oh, yeah.
Evening, Mark.
Yeah, so 42 laps around mid-Idaho.
Yeah, she's certainly a challenging track, but a lot of fun. What do you guys think of it?
I can't say I'm a fan of this track. It's too short. The setup really needs to be right to be able to get around this track properly, I think.
Yeah, I think the setup was pretty good. Tyres lasted good, and yeah, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I seem to go all right here. Yeah, I can't explain why, but I've had a couple of good runs last time we were here as
good.
well. So.
Good to see you made it through to the end too, mate.
Yeah, let's hope that it's the end of the glitching, but yeah, it seemed to get through, and I can see on the meters and everything else that it's still trying to load up in that period there, but the computer's handling it now. So hopefully that's the end of that issue.
Good stuff.
So, it's saying the layout was modified in 1963 after drivers described the track as too slow.
Hmm.
Don't take Zippy's thunder. I think he's having problems.
Yeah, he's trying to impersonate Zippy because we can't hear Zippy.
Ah, so we start on the start line and we come up to turn 1. So we go back to 4th, try to keep it nice and tight. Coming up along the straight for the hairpin at turn 2. Down to 3rd gear, along the straight, along 3, and then pulling it up real quick to turn 4. Come around up the hill into turn 5 and then back down the hill into the blind 6, 7. Trying to keep it tight and not go off into the grass in turn 8, 9. Coming around up into turn 10. Keeping it tight again into turn 11 and then slowing it right down to come around turn 12 to get the pair out in turn 13 to come across the start finishing line.
You make it sound so easy.
You do. 13 was a real pain.
It
It was.
was.
Yeah, quite easy to lose 3 tenths there when you're on a fast lap.
Yeah, and that coming over the rise there at 5, change of direction and that sort of thing was always interesting. It never actually caught me out, but it always felt like it had the potential to do that.
Yeah,
Come around
no,
here.
easy
Turn
to
8.
spin it.
Turn 8 was, I reckon, the hardest. Trying not to go too wide. You don't want to touch the grass.
It was
Yeah.
turn 9 on Monday night in the wet that brought me undone. I hit that little puddle on the corner and skated straight through the gravel trap into the wall.
Yeah, easy
So,
done. Yeah, and
yeah.
that's,
Very
you know,
easily
coming
done.
over the hill there after 9, cargo's very light. You have to be so easy to get back on the accelerator there too.
From looking at the replay too, I had only about half a tyre in the puddle. So it didn't take a great deal at all.
That's enough. There'll be a lot of puddles next week.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, so
Righto,
Ray Smith.
got the grid up there. Actually, interesting. I got a message from Ray earlier, thanking me for the computer advice because apparently his settings were all out of whack as well. So he might go even quicker now.
Oh,
Don't
that's
need him to go any quicker.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Ray Smith putting it on pole with a 124.417. And Mark Horton right behind in second with Brendan Satiri in third and Alex Kiddis in fourth. Scott McKenzie in fifth with Wade Reynolds in sixth. James Broadman in seventh and Wayne Shepherd in eighth. Ed Cullen in ninth with Robert Crow in 10th.
And then we had Peter Latham from Shadow Racing in 11th and Michael Jones in 12th. Benjamin Brook in 13th and Roy Clark 14th. Simon Farrington in 15th and Sean Berger in 16th, with Andrew Listener in 17th and Brett Horsell in 18th and Todd Martin in 19th and Bruce McLeod rounding out the top 20.
Reg James was in 21st, Fletcher Christian in 22nd, 23rd was Aidan Rice, 24th Peter Keller, 25th was Russell Uren, 26th was Andrew Galley, 27th was Michael Power, 28th was Justin Wood, 29th was Glenn Collinson, and 30th was Craig Healy.
In 31st, we got Mike Koroloff. And 32nd, we got Joseph Granshaw. 33rd, Joel Osterwell. AJ himself in 34th. Mark Dial in 35th. Jason Dunn in 36th. Glenn Boyce 37th. James Cormick 38th, Michael Hayes in 39th. We got our race control, Ty Delaney, Cameron White, Chad Weiger he's not in this split, and Mark Pett didn't set a time.
So what have we got there? Basically a 40 car field, yeah, with Mark Peck in there. So yeah,
And 2 seconds between first and last.
still a
Very
good
tight
sized field
qualifying.
though, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's good to see.
Yeah, I was hoping that being behind Mike Kylop, he might have, just parted the seas a little bit and would have let a few of us stream on through, but we'll have to wait and see what happens there.
So Hamish is saying they've got 4 cars in the top 10 for Infinity Motorsports. All right, let's get this on the show.
Away we go.
Nice launch.
Ooh, nice start by Mark.
Scary coming into this first corner, second corner, I should say.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's gone through clean so far.
Clark's gone up to already.
We're coming in side by side through turn 4, 5. Oh, and Roy's been tapped. He's around. Right.
Yep. I believe that was race on. No further action.
Everyone's still tightly compacted. Coming around the last corner is the hardest. A bit too much power, you could be into the wall.
Yeah, I did see a couple of cars go in that wall.
So it's been a great start for Mark Horton up in P1. There's Ray behind, Brendan Zatera, Alex Kiddis and Wade Reynolds in the top 5.
A bit wide there for Pete Callahan.
He was checking out that beach.
Probably someone in the crowd he knew too.
We've got a few drivers here who are going up. James Boardman up 2. Wayne Shepherd up 1. Ed Cullen up 1. Peter Latham up 2. Benjamin Brook up 3. Michael Jones up 1.
Considering how hard it is to overtake here, there's a lot of movement.
There's either wait for a mistake or try to overbrake someone, make the move, which was very game.
So I decided on lap 2, go in and take tyres and about 50 odd litres of fuel. And thought, well, this is the only way I can see if I can make some ground.
Oh,
And
for a
have a
safety
nice.
car.
Well, not only, well, it wasn't so much a safety car, it was just the clean air laps. You can brake where you want to brake, you can, drive the car you want to drive, you don't have to try and defend or attack. So
Yeah.
the consistent laps, was hoping the consistent laps were going to work, so.
With the amount of runoff here and that, you wouldn't expect a safety car except for maybe a blown motor or a really bad incident. Oh, you saved it. Bringing all that gravel back onto the last corner there. So it's still highly contested up the front here between Mark Horton and Ray Smith and Brendan Zatera. So we've got a couple of one-stoppers here, Sean Berger and Fletcher Christensen, as well as yourself there, Mark.
Yeah, I think Fletcher has, can't remember if he had an issue somewhere. I don't know about Sean. I didn't see him. I did see him coming out of pits, but
Could have been his pit strategy. Get into some clean air. So not having to take on much fuel this week. I think it was around about 70 litres or so. So there's still tightly packed battles going on all over the place. We've got Michael Power up 6, with Andrew Galley up 6. Mike Roloff doing his usual thing, up 7.
yep, couldn't follow him through.
So were you going to do a long run for your first, after your first stop there, Mark?
No, I was just going to play it by ear and see just where, sort of where it was going to play out. And I think Roy goes in on this lap too. Yep, there goes Roy.
So it looks like the top 5 have pulled away from Wade Reynolds. Nearly a 2-second gap.
Yeah, and he's got Wayne and Ed close behind.
Yeah, the tyre life was pretty well in this race. They lasted a fair while, so you could do a long stint on a set of tyres. Got a couple more early stoppers going in. 7 laps in, still pretty clean racing. Yeah, we're up Mark Peck, up 16. Chasing down Joel.
Yeah, you know what happened with his qualifying? Because he was quite quick. Practice.
Bit of door banging there.
Oh, is that where that comment come from? Okay.
Whoa! Save it. That was a nice save there by Joel.
He swings out, trying to take the lead.
Ooh, lead side by side. It's run down the straight. You got Brendan Zatera right behind waiting.
Some great racing there.
Oh, that's
Three of them.
great race. Ooh. Oh, this is so close. Oh, this is great battling.
That was a good race.
Ray Smith takes back P1. With Mark Horton right behind with Brendan Zatera and Alex Kittis and James Broadman.
Ray will be trying to gap in now, give himself a bit of space. I wonder if we can do it.
Sorry, people, but I can't come in.
Hey, Zippy.
You can hear me?
Hey,
We
can hear you now,
Zippy.
mate.
Oh, fruit tingles, I mean.
wow, you mean to say you actually worked out something on your PC to get your
I had
sound
no
good?
idea. I've been going into officials and then going into the thing. They said they can hear me, but I can't hear them.
He
Wow.
used his Zippipedia to find a way.
Yeah.
We could hear you the whole time, Zip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but I can't. No, you bugger. Have we
Yeah,
started yet?
well, what did we get? 10 minutes of peace and quiet, wasn't it? They work quite well,
Well,
guys.
10 laps.
We thought
10
this time
laps.
we better tell him.
Hang on, it's not April the 1st, is it?
Nope. Have you got any info there on this track there, Zippy?
Oh, yeah, but
Ooh.
hang on. I've got to get myself sorted here.
It was horrible, Zippy. Without you, I actually had to talk during the grid.
That's upsetting for you?
You're making the boss work overtime there, Zippy.
Ooh,
Good
and he
evening.
saved
drifting.
it.
Good evening, everyone.
The reason for 006 is the build number of the 2003 GTP that I actually own. So that's why it's 006.
Nice.
So how much have I missed? What have we got up to? 10 laps?
We're on lap 10.
10 laps now.
All right, might as well go back home. Bye.
Been a pretty clean race so far. Just a bit of door banging here and there. We had a great battle between Ray, Mark and Brendan
Yeah.
Zatera.
Where's Healy?
He just went into the pits.
Really?
Where did he start?
Ooh. Not sure there.
Fair
Jippy?
way down in the 20s, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was surprised because he won the over 50s.
There's Healy. Yeah, he just come out of the pits. I actually had to take it
Down
off track
8,
there
so he
to
must
not
have
hit him.
started in 30th.
So yeah, I do have to thank Craig for the off track there because he come out and I don't think he's realised that I was that close. And yeah, I thought, well, I'm not going to hit you. I'm just going to take the off track.
So do we
Yeah,
know
no-
any information on this track?
Only that it was modified in 1963 because the drivers was describing the track as too slow.
Yes, it was formed in 1962 by Les Riebling. Yes, and they said that it was too slow, so they decided to speed it up. Do you know who holds the record on this track?
Jordan Ross, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a
God, was he flying.
123.4 or something, wasn't it?
Something like that. Something stupid.
He was flying.
Yeah, he's untouchable. Should be banned from the vets.
So who broke the record there, Zippy?
Well, strangely enough, the race lap record is in a Delaware DW12 in 2016, an IndyCar, was by Australian Will Power with a time of 1 minute 5 seconds, .2600. That's fast.
Oh, that is fast. That shattered Jordan's record.
Yeah, they still race here in the IndyCars now, don't they?
Yep. Oh, they do a lot of racing karts and everything like that.
It looks now Ray's breaking away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, I had a good tussle with him in the over 50s. He's got a good deal of pace behind him, but so is Horton.
Horton got a great start.
And Satira had some great times too. He was down in the 124s too. He was down 124.7, I think, in one of the practice sessions.
Yeah, we got Alex Kittis just sitting just behind, just waiting. With no change of position for the top four. Wayne Shepherd driving greatly this week, up in the P7.
Yes, that's good to see him right up there. Even Robert Crow and Boardman, they're really showing Infinity the way. How's it go, Infinity and beyond?
There was 4 Infinity Motorsport vehicles in the top 10. Starting.
And do you realise that this track also, as I like to find information, there's been 6 deaths on this track.
Really?
It's not hard to see why with its undulating bits and pieces there. And yeah, it'd be easy to stick a wheel off somewhere in one of those Indy cars.
Yes, it's been a go-kart racer. He died after a crash. John Engel died in 2007 after his car span on oil and crashed into a parked car. James Swartout died in 2003 after being hit by another rider on his own oil. Mike Wells, a Vera vintage race competitor, died in 2018 after crashing on the track. Jim Clark, here's another one, a former motor race champion, died in a Formula 2 race in 1968 after his car skidded off the track and somersaulted. BJ Swanson, a throttle issue caused his car to spin, leading to a fatal crash in 1975.
Thanks for those morbid details, Zippy.
You know me.
Yeah.
And where's Dial? Oh, there he is. He's down at 26th. Oh, 36th. Did you pit already?
Yeah, I've made a pit stop on that too.
And then
Oh,
Yeah. Just lost the breaker marker there.
Whoop. Bit of drifting. No, Scott McKenzie have a bit of PC issues or something.
Yeah, I seen him fall out a couple of times and come back in.
yeah, I noticed when I was having a look through the replay today that he well, I was checking it out to make sure he hadn't towed without permission, but it was internet issues or something. He was in and out.
So we got Mark Horton into the pit. We got Ray Smith in P1 with a gap of 4.5 seconds. James Maudman in P3 at the moment, with Brendan Sateri in 4th. Wade Reynolds in 5th.
oh, bit of a wiggle.
So we see you got a podium there in the over 50s, Zippy. Well done.
Yeah, how quick it comes, how quick it goes. Oh, it was a bit different for us because they started off with a wet track, so it was new to everyone really. I reckon there's a few drivers out there that have probably practiced in the wet, but overall I don't think many of us had.
No, I was actually like half an hour late into the server because I was changing my wheel settings and trying to get my wheel working and that. And then when I did get on, it was raining, so I couldn't work out whether I had good steering wheel feel or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah, look, you know, I've had tried Red Bull in the rain once, and I didn't even get a lap in, so turned away in disgust and turned it off. But I had Ed and Bruce in my ear, showing me what line to roughly take, and there, so it was a bit of a help.
So Alex Pitter's taking the extra bonus point for leading a lap.
And the word is that's what they're going to do at Donington. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to have a wet practice session and then drying out.
We're starting to see the pit stops now. I was saying earlier that there wasn't that much fuel to add in this race, around 70 litres.
Yeah, something like about 118 litres all up needed.
Yeah, I think I put 30 in at the first stop.
Ed Cullen going around again. He's claiming the extra bonus point. Ooh, bit of door banging there.
The hip and shoulder.
Where's Peter Vermey on the list? I can't see his name anywhere.
maybe he's not out there. I can't see him either.
Yeah. It's a bit disappointing. He was coming third.
I can't see him either, mate. I don't think he's out there.
The top 6 have yet to pit. Mark Peck in 22nd, up 22 spots.
Yeah, he showed some good pace too in practice. Yeah, so he's definitely within the chance.
Yeah, so we got Andrew Listener going around again.
Well, they should be able to get to what, roughly 20 laps.
Between 18 to 20.
Well, I was doing 2.8, so that's 50 laps. What's that? Yeah, so thank you.
Oh, so someone crashed in the background there. Looks like they went into the wall around the last turn.
Might have been a bright pink car. I think I missed it. Well, I did miss it, but yeah, I think I noted it.
Oh, he straightens him back up. Nope. Oh,
That Wayne Reynolds, he's a very clean driver. I think he's raced 4 races before tonight, and he's only got 1 ink.
what is it? A picture of his mum?
Not only did I get a glitch-free night, I actually had 0 incidents for the first time in a long time on Thursday night.
So Alex Kiddis just done the fastest lap, 1:24.8. And Mark Horton must have filled the tank up. He's down into 12th.
Hey Dean,
Yeah, mate.
you know a sneeze can go roughly 80 kilometres to 100 kilometres an hour, but a fart is only 7 kilometres an hour.
That's amazing.
Get stopped by your
It's
pants.
amazing that we're talking about that.
I didn't know that's it,
There you go.
but I do now. Yeah.
Gonna go and tell everyone tomorrow. Should we have a look at the pit
So
stop times
tell me,
here?
Zippy, I've got to know what was wrong with your what was wrong with your mic?
I don't know. Still don't know. I've just been pressing buttons, and I thought I'd give it a try, and it's working. Like I said, I was just in a practice session. And they could hear me, but I couldn't hear them. So I don't know.
As predicted, you fixed it with blind luck, right?
Pretty much.
That sounds like what I was doing with my monitors on Friday night, and tried to make the AMD monitors all match up as one, and found that the AMD iFinity doesn't work on my monitors, so Ed found a way out, and needless to say, it was just pull this lead out, pull that lead out, because it was all coming back on wrong screens, and eventually I got it right at, I think, about 5 o'clock in the morning, so...
Look, I guarantee if I was in Andrew's situation, yeah, the computer would be packed up and put in a box and never to be seen again.
Well,
So you're-
I only set it up like that so I can have a fourth monitor up there as well now. So,
Evening, Bruce.
evening, Bruce.
Hello. I was looking
Hey,
to
Bruce,
see
how
that
are
I
you?
was looking to see that I'm muted, but I'm not. Dean's muted.
Yeah, Dean is muted. It's probably because he's talking
He's
to
probably
the family.
muted himself because, yeah, talking to the cat or something.
We have a
we
little
all-
pit stop.
So what we got? We got Ray Smith, Boardman, and Shepherd with Crow in 11. So yes, the Affinity boys are right up there. Obviously, Hamish is watching and probably got a little bit. Got a packet of twisties on his lap.
Who's that clown in PA, honestly?
Don't know.
You're doing pretty well there, Bruce.
Oh, doing all right. It's funny. I've got a lot of work to do because I find I go fastest on Sunday, then just keep going slower.
Yeah, yep, I guarantee
It's,
it. Yep.
it's called old age, Bruce. I find I'm twice as fast on a Sunday when I'm well rested than I am when I'm worn out.
No,
on
I've looked at
Thursday
the
night.
data. I know why, but there's a lot of just habits I just have to undo. And it's just like you get comfortable and then you just start to go deeper and try and push harder and then just go slower.
It's another week with Roy sitting behind you.
Yeah, so my fastest in practice was a 25.009. So I thought, yep, 24 for sure. But then, no, that was it. I never saw I think I saw 1:25.3 for the rest of the week. So definitely felt like I was down on pace here compared to everyone else and just sort of trying to keep it clean and do it. This is the place where I had my second penalty, second of 3 penalties in vets here when I chucked up the insides. I tried to avoid that. But yeah.
I saw a 23.7 on this track, but it wasn't from me.
We seen a 23.4.
So I'm going to give you a bit of a shout out, Zippy. Like on Monday, I'm sorry that your cross didn't go to air because some clown didn't push go live. But you, for someone that had never driven in the rain before, to finish in P3 on Monday night, that was a great job, great effort.
No,
Yeah, I
it's
thought
because
so too. It was.
It's
awesome.
because I didn't listen to you, Bruce, and I went in that lap 6. That's why. And
Oh, you could have won it if you listened to me.
I put the slicks on, so yeah, I managed to find a nice line. It wasn't for that restart in the restart when I skidded in the puddle and went and hit the bridge. Yeah, I could have had a chance, but yeah, look, it was fun. It was. I mean, I'd rather have that than have rain come and go all day, but I suppose that's inevitable, isn't it?
Oh. Well, no, rain was never going to come again.
Yeah, no,
No,
it was
but I'm
always
saying
a
down the
drying
track.
track, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was it wasn't. In that particular session, Zippy was only going to get dry.
No, but what I'm saying is, in future for vets, you'd have to think that sooner or later we're going to get a track that's dry and it's going to rain later on.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'd say
no,
sooner.
I agree, and it
I'd
should
say
be
sooner.
that way. It should be that way, because that would really throw the strategy completely. Everyone has their own little tweaks of their strategy, just throw them all out the window.
Yeah. So I think we're trying to ease in when it comes to weather from a management point of view. We don't just want to go, do a Bathurst 92 yet. And by that I mean go straight from nothing to heavy with 2 laps to go. So we just want to try and ease in and make sure that everyone's actually enjoying it and it doesn't just become a real ball ache. And I think we got there on Monday, and we'll see at Donington this week.
Yeah, don't want to overwork the RC.
That's true. That's another shout out to you, Luke. Like flying solo, the very first ever wet vets race.
Oh, he did have.
Oh, here we
Tim
go. Sorry,
helping
just
him,
while we're
didn't
looking at
Tim.
this,
Yeah,
Red's all over the back of Roy.
Oh, you give you half a shout on that, Luke.
he? Yeah.
Yep,
No,
for a
you
shy
did
little
well.
Tasmanian,
Thank
you
you.
even sounded quite authoritative out there. So yeah, no, good on you, mate.
You did well, but I was sitting in that fence for quite a while.
Yes. I had to pick up.
Oh
on
no, that
I
was
got told by
deliberate.
a few people.
We knew it was you, Mark.
Oh,
Oh,
who's
Roy's
that?
around. Roy.
So this explains
remember that.
why all of a sudden the guys disappeared out of my relative. So I knew they were fighting. I didn't realize they were fighting that hard.
Have we? I don't know.
Could we
I
check
can't
the pit
remember.
stops? Times there, AJ?
Yep, hang on. I'll see what I can find.
I think you'll find about now. I've done 2.
Right, so Roy came straight into the pit.
I'll just try and get rid
Yep,
of that
I've done
logo for
2.
you.
You're
Yeah,
done
Roy
too.
had that off track on lap 1, so he came in pretty much straight away as soon as he could.
But you can't come in lap 1 on this.
No, well, he had the incident on lap 1. He came in like lap 3, I think, or lap
Okay.
2, as soon as he actually could to make it an actual stop.
Yeah, I didn't know that rule either. I must admit I'd probably a bit.
So Zippy, you know when you check that little checkbox saying "I have read and understood"?
Yeah, I
the
know, but I
regulations"?
mean, I was contemplating coming in after lap 1 to get out of traffic, and I had good enough sense to say no, come in lap 2. So I was lucky. But yeah, that having that light fill meant that you could, come in early and still make it quite comfortably. 20 laps on the set of tyres wasn't too bad.
Yep.
Everyone's pretty evenly fueled up there. A few undercuts. Sean Berger, Russell Ewan, and Grenshaw.
Yeah, the undercut was definitely strong here, and I know for myself, I knew that was happening. But when I was running, I had a look where I was going to come out after my stop. I'm doing the first one here, and also I knew that I was running by myself in a little bubble. I had 4 seconds clear ahead, 4 seconds clear behind. So I figured, yes, I will probably lose out in the undercut, but just had a good track, a good nice spot to keep running. So I just kept running as long as I could.
So once Alex and Ray both pit, it's going to still be pretty tight. Alex only just a little bit underfueled.
Yeah, one thing I'm doing this season that I'm actually really enjoying is I'm actually muting the in-race comps.
Why are you doing that?
Because it's so much more peaceful when you don't hear hear everything that's going on. Because you can still read the safety car when it comes out, and I've got a few little dashes that tell me a few things. So I don't really need to listen to it all. And obviously, I've got the teammates, so something is going down. They'll tell us we'll be talking to each other. But it's nice not hearing that banter, to be honest.
Now I've got the
Here we
times
go.
up in the timing tower.
Mark's making a jump. Meanwhile, the boys are out front.
Oh yeah, so Alex Kiddis with 3 seconds of fuel less than Ray. But everyone's pretty even.
I don't know about you, Mark, but that was the quietest I've heard Ed in a race ever, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of concentration going on in Ed's camp.
He's doing well. He's up to 8th. It was good hearing from him the other night. It was don't get to hear him much anymore because he's in a different split. But it was nice to catch up with him.
What's interesting is when we do our practice, it's normally Pete Latham who sits behind us, pushing us around, making us go faster. So nice to see Ed's got the shoe on the other foot, pushing Pete along.
Alex Kiddis into the pit lane for his second stop.
I see James Boardman's having a good run, getting up to P2 as well. Up 5 spots.
Yeah, he's been racing well all season.
Yeah, he raced well last season too. I think he's gone up. So yeah, it's he definitely someone that's on the cusp of split 2.
Yeah, I had a couple of good races with James when he probably didn't qualify as well as he wanted. But
Alex and Brent battling it.
So Zippy, I got a question for you about Monday, and the reason why I'm asking is I'm looking forward to Donington this week. How much in those sort of changing conditions? How much do you think actual raw lap pace mattered
In the rain, in the wet
Yeah.
track,
in those damp conditions?
not at all. Not really, none at all. You just had to be more confident with your braking. It was probably the hardest thing that I tried to. Like I said, I put my brake bias back so I didn't lock up the front. And then I put my throttle map down to 1 so I wasn't spinning the rear end. So a lot of guys didn't change anything. Talking to Ray Smith, and he was saying that all he did was get off the throttle a bit earlier. So, but yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's a question. Like I said, on the throttle map, there was a question about that, and it's very pedals dependent. So some, like on the Husingfeld pedals, for example, you can set up a shortcut key, so you can basically have a dry setting and then push a button and have it change on the fly to a wet setting. But for those that don't have that on the fly adjustment, I'll probably tend to use the throttle map more. And I assume with you've got a SimiCube active pedal, the pedals tell you how to drive, basically.
Yeah, well, I don't. But like I said, when the safety car came out, I went to throttle 2. And then once the lap 20 odd, I just said, all right, well, let's go for risk it for the biscuit, and went up to throttle 5 to see how I'd go. So yeah, there was a few puddles there. I can't really see by this track where it was, but going up to the right hander before
Turn
the
8.
you could see a puddle. You had to just be very careful there. As
Yeah,
you
caught a
saw,
lot.
yeah, as you saw, a lot went off there. But they hit their ripple strips, and that it's because it's painted. It's slippery as.
Well, on 6, hitting a wet puddle isn't too good.
So I think we'll see a lot more standing water at Donington, but when it comes to standing water, Bathurst is just another level across the top.
Oh look, yeah, you'd be wondering if one fast repair would be enough at Bathurst.
Well, I'm looking towards the 1000 later in next season, and you don't get any fast repairs.
To Ray Smith, he's off.
Are they going to do that with rain there? Are they?
Just about every enduro, apart from Sebring this year, officials has had rain.
Yeah, it's amazing when you did the practice, and then even the qualifying in the over 50s. There were so many names up the front there that normally wouldn't be there. So yeah, it was good for them. It was great because it brought back the playing field. It leveled it out a bit more.
Ooh, AJ up 11.
So let's see what Thursday brings. So AJ, your PC survived.
Yeah, mate. It's I think I finally got that behind me.
Crack the champagne.
Yeah, it was a bit like that. I just want to,
Can we,
get back to concentrating on my racing instead of worrying about whether it's going to get through, whether the PC's going to get through the night or not.
Can we call this race now? I see I'm sitting in P10. Can we just flag this now and just call this the result?
Yeah, actually, I'd probably be happy with that because, what am I? Up 11 at the moment.
Too late. I just
Up
been a
11.
bit late.
Yep.
Damn it.
Satira getting an extra point.
Yeah, so with Ray
And
going
there's-
off track, Alex
there's a-
Kiddis caught up.
Now, is that James Wood? Is he another Affinity driver?
James
Justin Wood.
Boardman.
No, Wood. The Wood.
Justin Wood.
Justin Wood. Yeah. Is he another Infinity? Is he the new recruit?
Yep, it looks like it.
That looks like it, doesn't it? So Hamish has been out recruiting. Good luck to him.
Yeah, I just said earlier, actually.
If only there was a teams championship.
Yeah, Yeah, it would be interesting, you know.
Hey, wait, I'm an organizer now. No teams championship. No.
Nah. But
Yeah,
it would be, you
Don't
know,
agree.
if they have once they finish the over 40s, you know, they could probably do a team event which each team of 5 drivers can enter it and have a team championships, you know, sort of thing.
11 laps to go. So those pit stops shaking themselves out.
Hey, Luke,
Yes, Zippy.
what do you think is the longest, how many days someone's been constipated for?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know, Zippy. How long was you?
Have a guess.
A year?
No, it's 45 days.
Why do we
Is that
need to
from
know
experience?
this?
Is that from experience there, Zippy?
No, that's just the longest recorded person being as an Indian that's been recorded being constipated for.
And how did they fix that problem?
I don't know. It didn't say. I'd say very gradually.
Maybe death.
And you know that someone that lives to, you know, the average age, which is probably around about 74, 75, that a person would spend a year on the toilet.
A year.
A year. Some of us more, some of us less, but averages out to a year.
Is that stat before or after iPhones were invented?
There was always magazines.
Yeah.
It's the only place to get peace and quiet when you got kids.
Can you go back to just looking up track information?
So Robert Crow's the only one left to pit.
So one thing I've heard about Mid-Ohio, if you want to have an actual track fact, is on the end of the second straight, where if you go off, you literally go over, there's that big dip if you go off into the gravel. That corner has been completely reprofiled because in real life a car went through there and got massively airborne and the driver got quite badly injured with spinal damage, I think. So they've completely reprofiled that corner in real life, so it's all just level now. There is no big dip if you go off the track.
Yeah, it wouldn't end well if he had brake failure.
Well, he didn't die, so he's not on my stats.
Didn't make it great.
Robert Crow now into pit lane.
So AJ, just a quick question. Easter weekend, are the broadcasts going to stay the same, going to change?
I'll probably stay the same, I think. Oh, I could probably do mine on Friday if needs be, but nah, I think I'd probably just leave it as Saturday.
Do you have Easter in New Zealand?
Yeah, mate, we even have Easter eggs. Only for good boys, so that know how to turn their microphones on.
Oh, you got to give him credit. He did actually eventually work it out.
Oh, well, no, I didn't eventually work it out for some reason.
They just pushed the right button and now it works. He doesn't know why.
Yeah, well, that's like with my monitor thing. Don't ask me how I did it because I won't be able to do it again.
So you're not using iAffinity then? How are you doing it through AMD?
I am now. But yeah, in the AMD, the iAffinity wasn't there for me, so I had to go into the files and drag it out and just make it work from outside of the AMD software.
Andrew, has everyone had 2 pit stops yet by now?
Yes.
Oh, well, then Andrew Listener's done well. He's up 14 spots.
Well, he might be the only one that has.
Oh, God, Luke. No, he's lap 18, so yeah, maybe he's only done 1.
Now got Ray Smith in P1 with Alex Kittis in second, Andrew Listner in third, James Boardman in fourth, Brendan Zatira in fifth, Peter Latham in sixth, Ed Cullen seventh, Wade Reynolds eighth, Wayne Shepherd in ninth, and Mark Horton in 10th. So something's happened to Mark and he's dropped down. I think he's been caught behind traffic by pitting early. Russell Uren up 9, Craig Healy up 10.
I like race paint, Hamish. I like it. Out of all the paints out of your team, I think that's the best one.
Yeah, I like it. It's very nice.
James Boardman's more traditional. Robert Crow's doing well.
He's right behind Simon Fad. "35 laps in, it's been a pretty clean race."
Yes, I sat down this afternoon and went through the replay, and to be honest, it was pretty clean.
Everyone's pretty spread out. A couple of battles going on here and there.
Yeah, it's a good split. It's good to see blokes that have come down, be competitive, and blokes that are coming back up the system can be competitive. It's a very good split. A lot of names there that have raced in split 2.
Yeah, a lot of them when I first started, like Ray, Brendan Zatera, Wayne Shepherd, Mark Horton, Robert Crow.
Yeah, Mark Horton's been up there. Has Ed been up there before, Bruce?
Ed's won a race before, mate.
Yeah.
No,
Remember, Ed was the proud recipient of the Gunther Trophy at Belle Isle.
Yeah, Belle Isle.
No, but I'm talking, has he been to split 2 before?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I think we up front of the bit. Yeah, absolutely. So I think, Mark, Mark, I think you've been up split 2 as well, haven't you?
Yeah, one race.
Bruce Denton was there.
Because I did a season in split 2 as well.
He played the Godfather card.
Yeah.
So is Ed.
Yeah,
I didn't play any card.
I remember you being in split 2 too, and then you came back
bet he
down
would,
a
yeah,
couple of seasons.
Yeah, so basically what happened was I was in split 2, then I went and did split 2 race control, and then I came back to split 3. I think I've noticed a little bit. There's a big difference. Split 2 now might be a bit different, but one thing I noticed, because back then, of course, it was on split 4. I noticed that split 3 was, I don't know, just a lot more, not necessarily. If I say respectful, that means that split 2 isn't respectful. But I think the field in split 2 at the time was so much tighter, so there was a lot of pressure on to try and just get moves done. And I think I would say I was off the pace most of the time, but I finished in the top 20 in the championship just by actually staying out of trouble.
Yeah, I remember split 3 when I first started that you normally would hit the wall at least 4 or 5 times a race, and you could still get in the top 5 because everyone else crashed.
I think it's changed a lot So I think if you look, for example, look at the likes of Jeff Sanford. Jeff Sanford was racing in the top 10 here on Monday. So, you know, the guys at the front of Split 4 aren't slouches. And when I looked at the times for pre-qual, the fast guys in Split 4 were matching the back of Split 1 from a qualifying pace point of view.
Well, you've got Will Power or Powell. I mean,
Luke.
he was Luke Powell. I
Yeah.
mean, he was nudging Dean's times in practice.
Yeah. I think the only real thing in Split 4 is that you have a bigger spread of lap times, I think, is what you have in the model. And you always will have that in the model Split 4.
Andrew Listener finally came in and pitted.
He comes out at 16th. They didn't lose too much. Just a quick dash and go. Splash and dash. That's the words I was looking for.
You can also see here how the race strategies have worked out. So I'm looking at Reg in P18. So he was just ahead of me, or just behind me, I think, before the second stops and stuff. So Reg's doing a much better job on the strategy than I was. I just did 2 evens, so I'm going to probably have to change that a little bit, the way I go about that.
It's interesting too, because the strategy with no safety cars at this stage. I can't see them being one now, but yeah, it's how you think about the start of the race is how you sort of go ahead. Where sometimes you can be unlucky or lucky with the safety car coming in.
Peter Latham doing well again this week. He's up 6.
Well, they're saying that he's getting some more race time now, practice time, so he's getting further and further up the front.
And now that he's got his PC issues sorted, along with his pedals and steering wheel issues, everything's back and running as it should be.
Yeah, he's a name that I've known for a long time in the iRacing circles and the V8s. He was Split 2 for a while, for a long time, I think. No doubt, I think in his younger days, he would have been Split 1.
Yep.
Right,
So one thing I've been
3
doing-
laps to go. Start putting a bit of thought into driver of the day, guys.
Yeah, that's a hard one this week.
Couple in there in the top 20 that are up 10, but yeah, I don't know. Depends on what direction you want to head, really.
I think the vote would be for Wayne Shepherd this week. He's where he started and he's driving well this week. He's getting back to where he should be, driving well.
Yeah, it's a hard one actually this week. They're all fairly even. There's no big, massive movers. You could throw in there, in the mix, you could throw Faz in there. You could throw Peter Latham, who we were just talking about. Boardman.
Yeah, I was going to suggest Peter Latham. Actually, he's up 6 spots in 5th.
We gave Peter the run last week.
Yes, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Obviously a crowd favourite for me would be Ed Cullen. This is probably one of his highest finishes at the moment for a long time.
Yeah, Ed's driving well.
And not just because Bruce is here.
Yeah, I'm going to choose not to vote simply because if I know who I think should get it, but I'm not going to, given that I think Ed should. He's a teammate, so take what I say with a grain of salt.
And Russell's up 10, but I would have expected Russell to be higher.
It's interesting the positions gained, right? Because is it actually a reflection of good racecraft, or is it actually a reflection of bad qualifying?
Yeah, that's right. It depends on the circumstances, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you look at Split 2 last season with Logan stuffing up his qualifying, finishing at the back and gaining almost 40 spots. It's not where he should have been at the back. Well, I'm throwing in Ed.
Yeah, I think we might go down that route, I think.
As long as nothing happens for the last 2 laps here.
Obviously, Ray and Alex Kiddis have done fantastic because they're, especially Ray, he's done really, really well. But
So I don't want to take the focus away from Ray, but Dunny and I are having a ding-dong battle at this point.
Dunny.
James Dunn.
Jason Dunn.
Yeah.
Jason Dunn. And then I had the Mike Koroloff Mark Doll peanut gallery behind saying, "Oh yeah, look, Bruce is all over the place. Dunny's going to get him."
We had to do something. We wanted to gain a spot or two.
Mark Peck up 22 in position 22 still.
Yeah, but Ray's done an awesome job.
Yeah, the Ray will definitely be in split 2 next season, and having a good chance at the top of it. Same as Kiddis. Kiddis is, I reckon, got the racing ability to be up at the front end.
Well, I think the guy that does deliveries does a half decent job too. How are you, Hamish?
Yeah, here he comes.
I'm good, thanks, Bruce. How are you?
Good, mate. Saw you sneak in, had to have a dig.
It's all right. It's all right. I was waiting until the end anyway. It's all good.
How's Robert Crow's knee going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. He hasn't been complaining, which is a positive. So he's run pretty well last week and this week. To be fair, to get the top 10 at Bathurst and then just outside the 10 this week is a good sign, especially after the season that him and Wayne had last season, where they were struggling up the back of split 3. They've done an exceptional job to get the cars back up towards the front end of town, which I'm pretty proud of their efforts and the fact that they are finally finding some luck for themselves.
There we go with Ray bringing it home.
Ray Smith bringing it home. Quality driver.
Yeah,
The more
well
I
done,
race,
Ray.
more I race next to him, the more I love the way he drives.
Alex Kiddis coming in P2.
One of old mates and sons.
James Broadman coming around to finish it in P3.
That's
Good
a 1
drive
and
from
3,
James.
1 and 3 for you, Hamish, so far.
Yeah, it's a top effort. It's a top effort. I mean, James struggled the first 2 races, but he's done well to get it up on the podium. So I was pretty happy when I came in on Thursday and found out that we got the double podium. I was absolutely wrapped with that effort.
You've got a very good chance for a threesome this season.
Oh,
You skipped over Brendan, but he's the dynamic duo coming across the line.
Yeah, like I said, he's been doing some awesome practice times, so well deserved, Brendan. Well deserved. And he, like I said, he looks like he's really pushing himself this season to make sure he gets into split 2.
And great job from Ed.
Well done, Ed.
Well done, Ed.
And then Wade Reynolds and Wayne Shepherd. I think you're selling Shep a bit short, but we had some ding dong battles last season. He was he had these moments where he was definitely on fire.
Oh, the way that he would I'd come in post race and he'd be a little bit upset with you how it went. I'm just like, you need just a good run. He had a couple of good runs, but definitely was expecting higher of himself. But it's good to see that he's getting more out of it and getting some top 10s, which is what he wants. So, but no, I mean he's had a pretty solid season, just a little bit of bad luck.
As Ray's not here, you got anything to say on his behalf there, Hamish?
Try and keep it under 3 minutes, please.
Under 3 minutes for the 3 wins thus far for him, but no, he's done a great effort, and I think typical Ray, he came into the session on Thursday claiming he was going to be at the back and then put the car on pole again, so shows you how much confidence he has behind himself. But it's really, really good to see, because as someone who was as hard on himself when he was only 4 months into iRacing a few seasons ago, it's great to see him up the front again and battling 2 seasons in a row for a championship, which is what he wants and what we want. So he's had an incredible effort. Big shout out to James as well to get it on the podium too for P3, and then even to Sheppo to get it into the top 10 and Robbie top 15. It was good to see Justin in for his first race this season with the team. He's been dealing with some personal things, so good to see him out on track with us. Not the run that he would have wanted tonight, but we haven't got really any expectations out of him. We're just hoping that he can improve where he can and see where he ends up. But I just want to give a quick shout out to our supporters, Infinity Broadcasting, Blackheart Designs, WD40 as well. If you need a iRacing livery, shoot me a message for Blackheart Designs. And if you want a broadcaster, shoot me a message with Infinity Broadcasting. And then to iRacing World Challenge as well. Our VRS Porsche Cup Series has been going absolutely bananas at the start of the season, which has been great to see. Even got some vets drivers in there too, which is great. And as well to Motorsport Parts Australia and all the brands that help us get on track with the kit that we use on all the rigs, and then also all the series sponsors, including RaceKraft Simulations, the title sponsor as well. And to the admins and RC across all the splits, it's a very, very tough job. It's the job that I wouldn't want. That's why I broadcast and not race control. So no, it's been fantastic, and I'm looking forward to Donington next week to see what we can do, especially in Split 3 where we've got the most cars out of our team in a single split.
You still
Thanks
got
for
a
that,
minute?
Hamish.
Yeah, good stuff, Hamish.
Don't say that. Don't, Luke. Don't.
Also a big thank you
know.
as well to you guys as well for sitting in here and calling the race every week. It's great because it not only gives me a chance to watch the race back, but also to all the drivers to watch the race back too. And AJ, you've done a very good job of getting to where you are at this point and just trying to keep chugging along and dealing with the challenges that can face you as a broadcaster. You're doing a very, very good job, and it's good to see that it's paying off for you with some great racing and a lot of good conversations happening as well during the broadcast.
Hamish,
Yes.
how many teeth has a snail got?
I don't know, Zippy. How many teeth has a snail got?
Between 1,000 and 10,000. Can't believe you didn't know that.
Oh, wow. Wow. Zippy, did you hear about the Italian chef?
No.
He passed away.
Oh,
Of course
geez.
he did.
That's no.
Yeah.
That's
So,
no.
it's on that note.
Anyway, guys, we've got a
See you guys.
podium
Before you
up
run
there.
away, AJ, would you like to hear the current draft of next season's calendar, which I've just published the draft of?
Well, can
Yeah,
we
please.
just? Can we
Why
just
not? We're
say-
always after the hot scoop.
Hang on. Can we just thank Alex Kiddis for coming second and old mate and sons, and well done for
Of course
the.
we can.
No doubt that with Matt Muggleton in the team, he's probably the chief teaching driving now. So it's no doubt anything that Alex does now is due to Matt's guidance, 100%. And who did we vote for driver of the day? Did we go to Ed or not?
Yeah, we went
Already
in.
done it,
Yep.
Zippy. You're a bit late
Okay.
there, Zippy.
Well, Hamish was talking.
Yep, we've
Well
got
done,
with Ed Cullen for the driver of the day.
I didn't see your
And
name there.
I might even get good enough to type his name in down the bottom next week, but we'll see how we go with that one. It's a
Well done, Ed.
new toy I've got to teach myself.
You
Well done,
remember,
Ed.
Ed? Remember on Monday, Ed? That was all my influence. I subliminally messaged these guys and got you.
Yeah,
over the line.
checks in the mail.
All right. Well, I think on that note, I will thank you all for coming in.
We're going to get
give me a
Bruce's
hand.
list. Get Bruce's list.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Brute. Yep.
Bruce.
Sorry.
So this season has seen, and we're doing 3 and 4 at the same time. So I haven't finished season 4 yet. That'll come probably in a couple of weeks. But what we've done is the first couple of seasons this year was mostly vote because we didn't have the SCOPs and the E Series to align to. Now they have come in and we've aligned to those as best we can. So we've actually only had to vote for 3 tracks this season, and the rest have come through from the SCOPs and the Pro Series calendar. So, and I'm not sure which ones are vets. So vets will probably miss week 1 and week 12, but I'll give you the whole 12 weeks of what we've got. So it opens with Spa and the Grand Prix pits layout. Then it moves on to Road Atlanta for the full course. So that's probably going to be the opening round for vets. If not, it'll be Long Beach, which is on fixed rotation. Portland, massive votes for Portland. Interestingly, only one driver had completed a lap on Garage 61, so everyone's voting for a track which they don't want. It's a 1 minute 6 laps. That's going to be nuts. Then Road America full course. Then Hockenheim Ring, the outer layout that we've raced before in Gen 2. Then back to Jerez in the moto layout again. It seems to be a favourite of Scops. The next one that got voted in by the community was Circuit de Navarra, the speed circuit. Now, last time there was a lot of noise because that was a fuel save race. It definitely won't be a fuel save race this time around for the officials. Then off to Misano, which will be another first track for vets in the Grand Prix layout. Then back to Okayama again. Then on to Mugello in the Grand Prix layout, and then finishing off the season and at Motegi East.
Oh, it's going to be a great season.
So there you go.
Mm,
Yeah,
No Phillip-
awesome.
no
Thanks for
Phillip-
that info. Yeah,
no
good
comment.
stuff.
No Phillip
comment.
Island.
Well, Phillip Island was last season, dude.
I know. I like that track.
Yeah, well, it comes
Of
back
course
every
you
2
do.
seasons. Now, there's a Phillip Island 500 in season 4, so the selection of there's a few more Aussie tracks in season 4. There's not that many in season 3, just because of where Scops and the E Series have put them in. So that's why we've planned the whole back half of the year as one big chunk, basically. So there you go.
Thanks for the
Good
the
stuff.
early notification. All right. Anything else?
Just
No,
big shout out to everyone on YouTube for joining.
Yeah, don't forget to join in on Hamish with the Split 2 broadcast coming up next.
Hamish and Brett.
Sorry, I was trying to get those words out and they wouldn't come out.
But
Yes, Hamish and Brett.
It normally would say Hamish and Andy, but we'll just say Hamish and Brett now. So the duo. Brett's doing very well. He's settled in quite nicely, I feel.
Cool.
So according to Matt Muggleton, there's a 500-point penalty if you don't watch the replay. I don't understand, though, how he's going to have that many points to give away from his own point score. So, yeah.
Right.
Mm.
That implies I think it's going to be a cracker.
With that, we'll call it quits.
Ah.